Hi, my name is Chris Melnick, and I'm a realtor in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Today, I'm going to talk about new construction in Halifax. If you're new to my channel, you may not know that I have fairly comprehensive experience in construction. From actually building things and working with nearly every tradesperson you can think of, to scheduling trades, to handling deficiencies, to commercial real estate development. You can see my About Me video for more information. So because of that, I think I'm fairly qualified to speak on this subject. Now, in this series, I'll talk about different ways you can buy new construction, the process, the timeline, and the risks. First, as a disclaimer, I'll say that things change all the time, and all builders do things at least a little bit differently. But since the issues during COVID have mostly settled, this is how things are generally done now. In this video, I'll talk about how to select a builder. But first, I'll cut straight to the number one question, which is, what is the going rate for single-family detached new construction? This is a rule of thumb and depends on all sorts of variables, but on a very simple structure and basic level of finishing, you can think of $200 to $250 per square foot of finished space, assuming the whole home is finished. So a 2,500 square foot home would cost in the realm of about $500,000 to $625,000 to build, and that's without the land. That range of about $200 to $250 per square foot would be the ballpark figure for split entry or two-story homes from about 2,000 square feet to 3,000 square feet. For homes smaller than that, the cost per square foot is generally more because there are many fixed costs that exist regardless of the size of the home, like the well, the septic system to a degree, the permits, the excavation, and a lot of the kitchen components. Inversely, bigger homes, like over about 3,000 square feet or so, can be cheaper per square foot to build. Think of it like a bulk discount. If you compare a 4,000 square foot home to a 2,000 square foot home, that 4,000 square foot home isn't going to have twice as many bedrooms, twice as many kitchens, twice as many bathrooms, and twice as many mechanical rooms. There can be more, but in general, they're just bigger. And that's much easier and much cheaper to build per square foot. Although, some luxury home builders who are using more expensive materials and complicated designs can be about $350 to $500 per square foot, even for these bigger homes. Next, the land. The cost of the land completely varies, but because of sold MLS listings, you can at least get a rough idea from that what they go for. So for the most part, these are ballpark prices for decent regular sized lots. First, a lot on the south end of the peninsula, just a normal one, not waterfront, can cost about $500,000 to $700,000. Next, a lot about 15 minutes from the city on municipal services can cost between about $150,000 to $250,000. A lot not on municipal services 30 minutes from the city starts at about $100,000. And these can actually go up there if you're interested in, say, like Glen Arbor or Indigo Shores. Next, decent lakefront or oceanfront within 30 minutes of the city starts at about $300,000 and can exceed $1 million. Now for selecting builders. I'm not going to actually name names in this video or any other public way. It's just not a good idea. But if you're interested in building here, feel free to contact me and I can give you the lay of the land. But in general, you have a handful of big builders and then a whole bunch of the smaller ones. Both can be good or bad. The nice thing about the bigger builders is that they're often going to have a longer track record, more streamlined processes. They can sometimes even have in-house tradespeople, and they can have sample spec plans on their website that you can look at. Also, big builders often have show homes and offices where you can see the different finishings and materials in person, which can be very helpful. Now, I will say some smaller builders do run very tight ships, and since their attention is directed at much fewer homes, they can maintain very good quality control too. Now, for builders, you can check reviews, do Google searches, and ask people around you what their experiences with those buildings were. Googling the builder's name and lawsuits or sued is a good idea too. That said, I even know of builders who during peak COVID turmoil, demanded an extra $50,000 or $100,000 more than the contract specified, when they never even had a price increase clause in the contract. If someone refused, they would just never start building the home because the contract never actually said when they needed to start. It just had an estimated date of completion. This is why it's really important to do your research, as there are plenty of great builders in this city to choose from. I'm sure you're able to find someone to build a home for less money than the big reputable builders, but there are usually reasons why. Now, if that didn't scare you off, you can keep watching the next video in the series. What different ways can you buy new construction? And as always, I hope you've got some value from my video. My contact information is in the description. Goodbye.